Hey, this is Judah Mantel for SceneForge Studio, and in this video I'm going to go over version 0.7.27. It has a couple small new features that will improve your workflow overall, so let's jump right in. So here I have this scene in stage mode over here, and what we're going to do is show off a couple new things. The first is that in the scene overview over here, now you can actually reorganize the list of objects. Just a small new thing that'll overall make your life a little bit easier. So you can click and drag these little handles to move all the lights together, move the camera at the top, and rearrange things so they make a little bit more sense for your workflow, which is really great. Now another thing that was added is that, let's say I select this house here, and I accidentally delete it. Previously, you were kind of out of luck because the deletion system was kind of buggy, and it didn't allow you to undo that deletion. But now I can simply click the undo button, and now everything is back where it is. So this gets fully integrated with the rest of your undo process. So I can move this over a little bit, move over the light, and then I'm going to delete this. Now I can go back through and undo that, undo the light, and undo that. So it's pretty easy, and it's built right into the overall workflow. So those are the two new features in the scene editor mode. There are a couple new things in the server mode, as well as some bug fixes that I'm going to switch over to right about now. Now the first little bug fix is that when creating a new project, sometimes it'll freeze depending on your Windows permissions. That is now fixed, I'm really happy to say. So I'm going to open up this project here and we'll jump into showing off my favorite new feature, is an adjustment to the way that Lightwrap works in the scene mode. So you can see over here I have two layers. I have this guy with green screen footage and then this screenshot of a Unity scene. And you can see if I go to the key config and increase the Lightwrap distance, you'll see we have nice light wrap around it, kind of blurs the edges, and that works really well. But previously there's a little bit of a bug where if the main source was either the only or lowest in the stack, it would break a little bit. The light wrap wouldn't quite work. So now it actually works really well. You can see it's properly transparent. You'll see we do have a garbage mat here that needs to be adjusted, but what's cool about this is that even in server mode where you're outputting to another software, it'll work exactly the same way. So I'm going to set that up and I'll show you. Alright, so I'm in a Unity HDRP project, and you can see we have our video surface here with our footage being projected onto it. Now you can see we actually have the screenshot of the scene behind it, and that's not quite what we want. So now, if I go into SceneForge server, and I remove this layer, and I adjust my light wrap, you'll see that as I increase the light wrap, now because it takes in the transparency of what's behind it, rather than an actual texture of the layer behind it, it'll show up in Unity as well. So if I adjust the light wrap, you can see it wrapping around like so. But obviously it doesn't quite work properly, and that's because by default, the material that this object is using is a opaque material with alpha clipping. So you can see I can adjust the alpha clipping threshold to kind of mess with that. But if I switch to transparent, and let the shader recompile here, now we get the actual transparency behind our object, if you adjust that a little bit. So you can see once I set the material to not use alpha clipping, or at least at a low value, and set the material properties to transparent, you can see as I adjust it, we take in the values of what's behind it. It still needs some adjustment. As you can see, the blue outline of the selection doesn't quite work as well as I would like, but it's always being improved upon, and now the option is here. And so that is everything new in this release. There's a lot more to come, so if you have any questions, you can leave a comment down below, or email me directly at judah@sceneforge.app, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.